But wait a minute. But wait a minute. But now he's trying to get custody of his daughter and find some other atheists to go back to the Supreme Court, and they are trying to figure out what are we going to do, because there is some validity to what he's saying. Matter of fact, he says, once I get that out of the Pledge of Allegiance, I'm going after currency. The back of your dollar bill has this phrase on it: in God. So if the government, if there's a separation between God and government, church and state, then why would the government print something that's got God on it? He said, I'm getting rid of anything that's supported by the government that says God. And somebody asked this man, I'm closing, why are you so mad with God? He said, here's why I'm upset. He says, God can't be proven in a laboratory, in a crucible of experimentation. And if God, who the faith community says he is, if he's who you say he is, he said, here's my problem. Since nobody has ever provided me with proof that this God is who the faith community says he is, you talking about he'll make it rain on you and rain on your crops and rain. Since I don't see proof of that, I'm trying to get rid of God. But until I see some proof of what y'all say God is, I'm going on with my case. But if somebody can provide me with proof, then maybe I'll drop the case. But until I see proof that God is who you say he is, I'm going with my case. Bishop, I don't know when that court case is going to convene, but maybe I ought to get some of my cousins from the east side of Atlanta, and you get some attitudinal folk here from Phoenix. We get some planes and some trains and some buses and some cars, and we find out when that Supreme Court hearing is going to take place. And just when they announce the court case, we ought to bust up in there with some Holy Ghost attitudes and say, hey, sir from California, we heard that you were looking for some proof. If you want to see some proof that God will do what God says, if you want to see some evidence, here we are right here. Y'all ain't saying that. We are evidence. Look at your neighbor. Wait, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm taking my seat, but I got a good idea. When I was at Morehouse, I was in pre-law. And in pre-law, we had what was called mock trials to help us get ready for trial, for law school. You know what? Tonight, Pilgrim Rest, we need to have a mock trial, because everybody may not know how to act when we get to the courtroom. So let's have a mock trial. I'm taking my seat. Listen, I won't imagine that God going to be on trial. Mr. Nidal is the prosecuting attorney. The cherubims are the justices. The 24 elders are the jurors and alternative jurors. God is the defendant. I wanted to get Johnny Cochran to represent God, but he's already with God, so he couldn't be here to represent him tonight. So tonight, I need y'all to let me represent God, to be God's defense attorney. But I got a problem. This man says my God is fake and a phony. I'm going to prove God is real, but I can't prove it if I don't have no evidence. So in a minute, when they call for me to represent God, I'm going to offer into evidence 5 exhibits. And if either one of these exhibits fits your context, I want you to stand shouting, I'm evidence. Okay? Take your seat, because I don't want the justices to get mad at you. Who are you, sir? Sir, I'm E. Dewey Smith from Atlanta, and I brought with me some evidence from Phoenix, Arizona, from the Pilgrim Rest Church. Take your seat now. Take your seat. Take it. Order in the courtroom. Order in the courtroom. Order in the courtroom. Your Honor, I want to offer in the evidence Exhibit A. Yes, Exhibit A. These are the people, Your Honor, who have had some ailments in their body. They've been sick in their bodies. But my client was Jehovah Rophi. I need Exhibit A, who can testify I'm proof. I am evidence. Exhibit B, Your Honor, these are the folks who've been broke before. Keep on standing. They've been so broke they couldn't pay attention. But my client was Jehovah Jireh. My client was a provider. Can I get Exhibit Z to shout, I am proof. I am evidence. Exhibit C, these are the people who've been crazy before. They almost lost their minds, but they can testify that my lawyer and my client kept them in their right minds. Can I give Exhibit C to shout? I'm proof. Exhibit D, Your Honor, these are the people who've been depressed. They've been in debt. They've had divorce. They face death. But they can testify, can't nobody do you like Jesus. Can I get an Exhibit D to shout, I am evidence? Exhibit E, Your Honor, these are the people who had some enemies. They've had some haters. But they can stand tonight on a Friday testifying that no weapon that's formed against me will be able to prosper. Can I get Exhibit E to shout, I am evidence? Now do me a favor, grab a neighbor by the right hand, look him right in the eye and say, neighbor, maybe you need some proof. Maybe you need some evidence. Say, neighbor, if you need some proof, look no further. Look at me, because I am a living testimony. Could have been dead, sleeping in my grave, but the Lord, the Lord brought me out. I gotta take my seat, but I'm evidence. Has anybody ever cried? Has anybody felt like giving up? I'm evidence that when you're going through a midnight is when you got trouble in your home. Midnight is when you're about to throw in the towel. Has anybody been through a midnight? Remember, I told you this. Midnight only lasts for 1 minute. Y'all don't hear me.